Imagine a sound so powerful it could rupture your eardrums before you even feel it. There is a sound in the deep ocean that can reach 230 decibels. It's louder than a gunshot, louder than a jet engine at full throttle, louder than a stick of dynamite going off a meter from your head. And it comes from an animal. Some researchers once believed this sound was powerful enough to kill, that sperm whales were carrying a sonic weapon inside their skulls. A biological bomb they could aim at anything in front of them. The truth is stranger and more impressive. Before we open up a sperm whale's head, we need to know what we're dealing with. The sperm whale is the largest toothed predator that has ever lived. Not the largest whale, blue whales claim that title, but the largest predator on Earth with teeth, jaws, and an appetite. A full-grown male stretches up to 78 feet long. That is longer than 3 great white sharks placed end to end. It can weigh over 50 metric tons, roughly the weight of 8 African elephants stacked together. Its lower jaw carries 20 to 26 conical teeth, each one the size of your fist. And here's the first strange thing. The upper jaw barely has functional teeth at all. They rarely even break through the gums. For the largest toothed predator on Earth, its teeth are almost decorative. So how does it hunt? Not with those teeth. It hunts with sound. And its favorite prey is hiding a kilometer below the surface. A sperm whale's head makes up roughly 1/3 of its entire body length, and almost all of that space is dedicated to a single purpose: producing, amplifying, and focusing sound. Here's how it works. At the very front of the whale's right nasal passage sits a pair of thick, fleshy structures called the phonic lips. When the whale forces pressurized air between these lips, they vibrate. That vibration creates the initial click. But that click is just the beginning. The sound pulse travels backward through a massive structure called the spermaceti organ, a long, waxy chamber filled with a specialized oil that early whalers mistook for the whale's brain fluid. That oil is called spermaceti, and it is not there for buoyancy. It is there for acoustics. The pulse reaches the back of the head and hits the frontal sac, a curved wall of air that acts like a parabolic mirror. It reflects the sound back forward. Now the reflected pulse passes through a second structure called the junk, a complex mass of fat arranged in stacked layers, almost like a series of acoustic lenses. Each layer has a slightly different density. The core transmits sound more slowly than the outer layers. In plain language, the whale is bending sound the way a magnifying glass bends light. That speed difference causes the sound waves to refract inward toward the center. The result is a focused, directional beam of sound fired forward like a spotlight. This thing is aiming. The entire system works like a satellite dish. The phonic lips are the transmitter. The frontal sac is the reflector. The junk is the focusing lens. And the output? Up to 230 decibels. Because sound behaves differently in water, that 230 decibel click would be roughly 170 decibels in air. Still louder than a shotgun and enough to cause instant hearing damage. But underwater, at 230 decibels, the pressure wave from a sperm whale click is in a category of its own. No other living thing comes close. And the whale can produce these clicks continuously. One every half second to 2 seconds for the entire duration of a deep dive. This is not a voice, this is a machine. In 1983, a marine biologist named Kenneth Norris proposed something extraordinary. He suggested that sperm whales don't just use sound to find their prey. He believed they use sound to kill it. The idea was called the biological Big Bang hypothesis. In short, the sperm whale as sound cannon theory. The logic was compelling. A 230 decibel click focused into a directional beam aimed at a squid just meters away. The pressure wave could, in theory, stun the squid's nervous system, disorient it, maybe even rupture its internal organs. The whale wouldn't need to chase it, it could simply switch it off. And there was evidence that seemed to support this. When scientists examined the stomach contents of dead sperm whales, the squid inside were often whole and undamaged. No tooth marks, no signs of a violent struggle. Some squid were found still alive inside the stomachs of freshly killed whales. How do you swallow something whole with almost no physical damage? One answer: you disable it before it can fight back. The sonic weapon hypothesis captured the public imagination, and honestly, it still does. It's one of the most repeated facts about sperm whales on the internet. But in 2016, a team finally put this to the test, with tags on real, hunting sperm whales. They attached high-resolution recording tags, called D-tags, to 6 sperm whales off the coasts of Norway and the eastern United States. These tags captured every click, every movement, and every twist of their bodies during a hunt. What they found turned the hypothesis on its head. As the whale closes in, it doesn't crank the volume up. It turns it down by 20 to 40 decibels and fires clicks faster and faster. The whale switches from slow, powerful, long-range clicks to rapid, quieter bursts called buzzes or creaks. These buzzes are not weapons, they are precision echolocation, short, fast pulses that map the exact position and movement of the prey at close range. It is the exact same strategy used by bats catching insects in mid-air. Dolphins use it too, a wide sonar sweep to locate, followed by a rapid narrowing buzz to lock on. The sperm whale doesn't stun its prey, it chases it. The D-tags showed intense maneuvering during the final moments, rapid depth changes, sharp turns, bursts of acceleration. And those whole, unmarked squid in the stomach. The researchers believe the answer is suction feeding. The sperm whale uses its massive throat and tongue to create a vacuum and inhale the squid whole. No teeth needed, no sonic blast, just a 50-ton vacuum cleaner in the dark. To understand why sound matters so much to the sperm whale, you need to understand where it hunts. Sperm whales routinely dive below 1,000 meters. Some have been recorded at over 3,000 meters, nearly 10,000 feet. That's deeper than most military submarines are ever allowed to go. At those depths, there is no light. Zero. The sun's last photons gave up around 1,000 meters. Below that, you are in permanent, absolute darkness. A sperm whale descends into this void, holds its breath for up to 90 minutes, and hunts by sound alone. Every click it sends out returns as an echo that maps the terrain, the water column, and every living thing within range. It's not just listening for squid. It's building a 3-dimensional acoustic image of the deep ocean in real time, updating it with every click. And the targets it's hunting? Giant squid, colossal squid, animals that themselves can reach 40 feet or more, fast, agile, armed with tentacles lined with serrated suckers that leave permanent scars on the whale's skin. Every one of those scars is evidence of a battle fought in total darkness, thousands of feet below the surface, between 2 of the largest predators in the ocean. And we have almost never seen it happen. Most of what we know about these encounters, we know from sound recordings and stomach contents. The deep ocean keeps its secrets. But sperm whales don't only use clicks to hunt, they use them to talk. When sperm whales are socializing near the surface, resting, nursing, bonding, they produce a completely different kind of click pattern called a coda. Codas are short, rhythmic sequences. Think of them as the whale equivalent of a greeting, a name, or a clan motto. And here is where it gets remarkable. In 2022, a study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences confirmed that sperm whale clans across the Pacific Ocean use distinct dialects. Different groups use different coda patterns, not random variation, consistent group-specific signatures that are culturally transmitted. Whales learn these patterns from their social group, not from their genetics. A calf born into one clan will learn that clan's codas. If it was somehow raised by a different clan, it would learn their codas instead. This is not instinct, this is culture. And in 2024, researchers at the Cetacean Translation Initiative, Project CETI, published findings in Nature showing that sperm whale vocalizations have contextual and combinatorial structure, meaning the codas aren't just fixed phrases. The whales modify them. They combine elements. They adjust based on context. The same click that serves as a 230 decibel hunting weapon in the deep is also the building block of what might be one of the most complex communication systems in the animal kingdom. One sound, two entirely different purposes. That is not normal. And then there are the moments when the clicking stops. Sperm whales sleep vertically. Suspended in the water column, heads tilted upward, arranged in tight pods of 5 or 6. Completely motionless, completely silent. They use only half their brain while sleeping. One hemisphere rests while the other stays alert for predators. They spend only about 7% of their day in this state, short, deep, dreamlike pauses between dives. We didn't even know they did this until 2008, when a research team accidentally drifted into a pod of sleeping whales in the waters off Chile. An animal that produces the loudest sound in the biological world. At rest is among the quietest things in the ocean. The sperm whale does not carry a sonic weapon. The science is clear on that. It does not stun its prey with sound. But what it does with sound is, arguably, more impressive. It maps the deep ocean in total darkness. It chases and captures giant squid at depths no human has ever hunted. It communicates in culturally learned dialects that distinguish family from stranger. And it does all of this with the same fundamental tool, a click. 1/3 of its body is dedicated to making that click perfect. Nothing about the sperm whale sound is normal, and that's exactly why it's the most successful deep ocean predator the world has ever seen.